people who have the answers to the questions you raised are with us now. George AEC speaks for the National Disaster Management Organization, and he's joined us on the line. It's 6 minutes past 8. Unfortunately, we just lost Mr. AC there. But what we're going to do this morning, apart from everything, is that we're going to ask a question about what our oil money is being used for. Because, we would expect that a country that has been commercially producing oil for the past 10 years would be able to see the benefit of the oil production in some of the things like providing drainage, proper planning of our cities, and tackling the sanitation situation we have. Those are some of the key issues affecting the flooding or causing the flooding. Philip Nafu is here with me to take us through some of the issues that we raised yesterday at the Joy Business Oil and Gas Town Hall meeting. But let me say a happy birthday to you, Nana Ifwa Bokuma Abeka of the First Star Academy. You are 9 years old today. Mom and Dad, Pastor and Mrs. Abeka, we wish you God's best. Happy birthday to Kweku Kema of Customs Airport. May the good Lord bless and favor you. Happy birthday, my sweet friend Amanda of CBG, Branch Manager Accra Central. You are highly favored. This is from Omanhene Kwabna Asante. If you need some quick cash to sort out a few things, or you're tired of the long talk and hassle of paperwork to borrow at your bank, GT Bank's newly introduced Quick Credit has got you covered. You can borrow up to 100% of your monthly salary instantly at only 2% interest rate for 30 days. Just dial *737 *0#, select payday credit, agree to the terms and conditions, enter and confirm your PIN, and pronto. The requested amount will be credited to your GT Bank account instantly. Just dial *737 *0# now to access Quick Credit. If you are a salaried GT Bank customer, switch to GT Bank today to enjoy this and other amazing services. Quick credit, instant cash anytime, anywhere. Contact GT Bank on 0302 611 560 or toll free 0800 124 000 for more information. T's and C's apply. Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Send money to your family and friends for free on Ghana's most secure mobile money operator, Vodafone Cash. There's absolutely no charge when you send money from Vodafone Cash to Vodafone Cash. Just dial *110# to send money on Vodafone Cash today and enjoy this amazing offer. Vodafone Cash, always safe and secure. Vodafone, the future is exciting. You ready? So before I come to Philip with me in studio, let me quickly take a stop in Kumasi, because Kumasi also bore the brunt of the rains yesterday. Erastus Asaridonko, or as we call him, Reporter One, has joined us on the line, and he has some updates on what happened. Erastus, thanks for coming through. Now, what exactly happened yesterday in Kumasi?
Well, we had some heavy downpour, which lasted for like an hour. But it was very heavy, and so it has caused a lot of floods in many areas. In fact, some roads were unmotorable when it was raining, and we can talk of Airport Runabout, we can talk of the Bochum stretch, some parts of Adeja where we've been mounting this campaign. The whole place was flooded yesterday, and so people did not want to risk it to cross. Alaga Junction too, we had the road totally cut off as well. But where I'm standing now is Moshi Zongo. You know, the Zongos have areas where it gets flooded perennially. And so where I'm standing is the St. Paul's Preparatory School, and all the classrooms are submerged with water. And the children are scooping the water out of the classrooms, bringing their chairs out. So it means no school for them today, but this is the kind of job they're going to do for today, scooping water from their classrooms. That is the nature of the impact of the rain from yesterday.
Erastus, I'm shocked. Children have gone to school this morning and there are still floodwaters after yesterday's rains. What are the teachers telling you?
I've been trying to speak with some of the teachers, and they've been quite very dodgy. There's a head teacher called Godwin. I wanted to ask him why they are allowing the kids to be scooping water from the classrooms, but it looks like he doesn't want to speak with me. Let me try and engage these little kids and find out. say?
Na ade na won shout ade, we squat ade we.
We squat ade.
Oh. Na djuma be na wo ye na no pe.
Shinsu.
Mo shinsu. Every here.
Mozongo.
Mo shinsu na every here.
Krasno.
Nsu ni free here na ba ha. Nsu no toy. Okay, so I have the teacher here. Let me try and speak with him. This is Joy FM. Is it an annual affair having water come to the classroom?
Because I think it's
okay. This is Joy FM. Yeah, there be a issue to a BAMO classroom.
Oh, there is really emergency. Because it's so that time I knew because I had about 27 years.
I see the issue
a part there, but we know so the different that.
Well, Daniel, so if I should tell you what the kid has been telling me, he says they are scooping water from their classrooms, and I've been asking him about his school uniform. He's not wearing the school uniform. He's almost naked, and they're scooping water. This is the teacher here, and I've been trying to ask him whether it's a perennial affair. He says no. Yesterday's one was an emergency. But other than Kolano, na essential free classroom.
Okay, and I pass on you know. We call say so far will be a strong. So me ko chia mo. Timi kwa mi nimza mfana wo mo ye. So we have workers then can come and clean it. So
there will be no school today.
School but in classroom we do also say. So they will go the top there. No, yeah, trauma girl. But I had said yeah, they are going to mind I enter. And we so we did it the first time, second time and so Abba I got an accident and I'm
well, so he says this is the second time they are having the classrooms inundated by water, and it's arising as a result of a choked gutter behind the school wall. And he says he did not know that the children were scooping water from the classroom. So he's going to ask them to go to another classroom whilst he brings people to do that particular job. So, Daniel, just a few meters from here, a child was swept away yesterday, a 6-year-old girl. And so the family has set up a tent just about, half a mile from where I'm standing right now. And they are observing a short memorial service for her. Her body was found a mile away from where she schools. And when the rain started yesterday, she tried to cross a gutter, I am told, and the currents were very strong, and it swept her away 1 mile to the other end. So when they found her, she had some huge gash, coming out from the head and some parts of the body, and she was dead already. So far, we have 11 children dying in the last 1 month from flood-related deaths, as confirmed by the regional NADMO. 11 deaths. And we're talking about areas like Buakwa, Moshi Zongo, and all the Zongos surrounding the airport roundabout enclave. So that is the situation in the Ashanti region, Kumasi specifically.
That's a terrible situation, Erastus. I can't imagine how the scene is like, where you say the canopy has been set up. What are the families saying? How are they coping?
In fact, the mother is distraught, and she cannot speak to me. It was the father who managed some few words, and he is so taken aback. He says he traveled and he was told that the daughter has been swept away by floods, and he had to cut short the travel and come mount a search party, look for her. And they found her, logging against a vehicle parked at a fuel station about a mile from here. And that's how they found the body. Initially, they said she was jerking, and so they thought that there was hope that she could be alive. But as they were transporting her to the hospital, she gave up the ghost. And so they had to deposit her body at the mortuary. So it's all grief right there at the family house at the moment.
And refresh our minds again, how old is this girl? Or was this girl?
She's 6.
She was
and
6.
She's a twin. And so the twin is equally shedding tears uncontrollably at the moment.
Rassos, hold on just a moment for me. You've been speaking to the father of this 6-year-old girl.
Ejini kwakwa mu no omo posku e se oba no ensuo no etoye no em se na ensuo bi ayi bi da kire ha wo batra na ensuo no force ade ba no eso ne na no nti atwe no na no tiri no be bofo ndi ala sport ha wan kasa bi o se
na mko hu no
oh ye se ensuo no koyi ni to filling station ho filling station e wo ensuo mu ho no ho no na ka bi asa esi ho nti obara na obechoko enche ho no musa na che se e fe se ayi nadmo fo no police fa ba ho a amede no ko fa na chi
odun se enkola omo ko ha mu fi se nsuto a enkola ko ha musa wo se nka bibi fa ho
ayi no kre enkola ko ha mu pa maybe me fa adwuma mu ba school bi wo nsuo ma ya so ko fa na che wo school bi wo nsuo no toye ma se de si yiri ho no mu no efa nkora bebe but the team rescue wo mu nyina enti nkora ne de in fact se nsuo to sa na either say ye mente wo mu school mu na onfu bia nkofa ne ba apart from that in dey say ka se nsuo na mu 19 nkora no nko a very dangerous because a bit me atwa no kwa mu unim ne de beba ba se nsuo no mu na sa ne de a ye mente nkora nyina wo school mu na wo fo no bia nko school mu enko fa ne ba and then central for so mutumi aboya aka ho asem amaye ya eno mum bebo a
And that was the father of the 6-year-old girl who passed yesterday. As Moshi Zongo in Kumasi, he basically just described the circumstances that led to the death of his daughter, who we understand is a twin. She was carried by the floodwaters when she was trying to cross a drain. Her head hit a rock, and so there was a gash on her head when she was found. Very disturbing news coming from Kumasi. 11 children have passed in the past month from flooding alone. Erastus just brought us a live report from a school in the Zongo area where there is no class this morning because the children are scooping water from their classrooms. Very, very heavy stuff happening on the show this morning. But let's go on the phone lines quickly and hear from Felicity Ahafianyo, head of the Central Analysis and Forecast Office of the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Good morning, Ms. Ahafianyo. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for hosting me.
Did we expect rains of this magnitude?
Yes, if you happen to have a copy of our seasonal forecast for 2019, both the major and then the minor season, I believe you also accept that GMET has predicted this, that will be normal to slightly above normal rainfall.
So this falls in the category of slightly above normal?
Yeah. That means the usual rainfall that we anticipated or we've recorded over the period of 30 years and above, this year is likely to see a slight change in it in terms of the accumulative amount.
Does that mean then that we should expect heavier rains coming up?
Unfortunately, I would say no, but yes, over some areas. We have something that we call intertropical boundary, which normally gain its highest position in August over the Sahel region, by then allowing the rains to go over the Sahara Desert, over the African continent. Then as the sun declined or descend into the southern hemisphere, this intertropical boundary, that's just a boundary between the dry and the wet winds, descends also. Yesterday, it's going to peak itself around latitude 14 with respect to the Greenwich meridian. So as the sun moves further south, we have this boundary also shifting further south over us, and that's how the rains also moved. So currently it's going to move gradually down. As it's moving, then the rainstorm activities also will move down, and then finally to collapse over the sea, allowing the dry winds to dominate the West Africa continent region. So for The rains, yes, for some areas, especially over the coastal belt and parts of the forest regions, we are still anticipating rain over the area. But then those over the upper regions, the northern sectors, we are not expecting much over those areas.
Over which period are you talking about?
For this year, the seasonal forecast desk is telling us that the rains will end in first week or second week of November over some places. And then the forest regions, it will extend to first week of December. So between now and first week of December, some areas will still be in rain, whilst others will be out of the rain.
And you mentioned coastal areas. So we are talking about the Volta, Greater Accra, Central and Western regions?
Yes, please. The coastal belt. Okay. And then the parts of the middle sector.
Okay. Can you be more specific in terms of cities or towns when you talk about these sectors?
We have so many stations within Ghana that we take a measurement over. But then, for the sectors over the coastal belt, Greater Accra, Tema, Accra, that we refer to as our East Coast, we are anticipating the rain to stop up to first week of November. And then just over Salt Pond, Winneba, Takoradi, Axim, Obuasi, Sunyani, and their surroundings, Kumasi and their surroundings, we are anticipating the rains to extend to second week of November to first week of December. Our brothers that are over Navrongo, Boku, Tamale, Yendi, and their surrounding areas, Wa, and their surrounding areas, they are anticipated to end between the fourth week of October to the second week of November 2019.
So help me understand this, Mr. Hafianyo. When you get these forecasts and you forward them to NADMO, you forward them to the authorities, there's a committee that sits to consider it and look at the proper mitigation factors, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to also look at it, and then if they don't understand anything, then they can seek clearer interpretations from us, and then we give it to them. So they have to form a decision and then implement it.
Okay. So, I mean, this was duly forwarded to NADMO when?
Currently, I'm not with the seasonal forecast, so I can't confirm when exactly it has been forwarded to them. But then we have the major one too. Most times what they do, once it's ready, we have the email list that we send it to. With NADMO, they have all our forecasts. Even the 3 times daily that we've issued together with the warnings, we send them copies every time. Anytime we are sending out a forecast, either the normal forecast or a warning, they have. So I'm sure they get hold of the minor seasonal forecast, and then they know what to do with it.
If I may ask, on a very personal level, after you sense these forecasts, you still see the devastation that the rain you predicted causes, how does that feel?
Personally, I do feel bad. That's why we, the staff at GMET, we have resolved to help in our own small ways, because when it's sunny and we send a warning to you, for instance, Joy News, you don't broadcast it to the public. When the thing happened, finished, before you start calling in to find out if there will be more rain, in the next 2-3 days, if you don't have any rains, that is how GMET will be silent. So personally, it's very bad, and individually we are trying our best to reach our families. Our families will also reach their friends, and gradually we are picking up. Currently, we have so many WhatsApp pages that we make sure that they get the daily forecast that we issued. We've added the weekly outlook to them, and then those who don't understand, they also do what they call, and then we explain it to them. We have Twitter now. We put it over there. We have Facebook. We put it over there. We have YouTube now, and that's where we put the video, the daily presentation. That one before we have been doing it twice a day, the morning and then the evening. But currently we are doing only one a day, which comes out mostly by 5 p.m. It's ready on the YouTube, so they can go and then watch the video and then pick it from there. So, and then we have the email list of some of the media houses that has contacted us before. We send it to them I believe if you go to your email list, you see GMET forecast 3 times a day. It's 5 a.m., 11 a.m., and then 5 p.m.
Okay, so give us a snapshot of what we should expect for the rest of this week.
Yeah, for this week, what the chart predicted yesterday when we met as the whole forecasters, the technical officers at GMET, at the Central Forecast Analysis Office, we concluded that the week over the southern sector will still be active in terms of rain activities. We are anticipating scattered to widespread between yesterday and then today. Then Wednesday to Thursday, we are anticipating scattered over the coastal and the middle sector with isolated over the northern sector. For the weekend, we start with Friday to Sunday. We are also anticipating scattered cases of rain still over the middle and the coastal belts, and then isolated over the northern sector. You may be wondering that the ISO, the scattered, what does it mean? The ISO is simply meaning that just a few areas that will experience it. So it doesn't over Greater Accra. It's not every part that will see it. And then when you extend it over the whole Ghana, that means it's not every area that will see the rain. And then when we talk about scattered cases, that means we are anticipating that there will be many places that will get it. It will be possible that most areas over Greater Accra will get it. Likewise, Central Region, Western Region, OT Region, Volta, Ashanti, Eastern, Bono, Ahafo Region will get it. So for this week, few to many places is anticipated to get rain over the southern sector and just some few areas over the northern portions. And as usual, the sun is also definitely to come with thunder and lightning.
Thank you very much, Felicity Ahafianyo. She's the head of Central Analysis and Forecast Office at the Ghana Meteorological Agency. We've come to 28 minutes past 8 here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. If you just tuned in, we began the show by listening to you. You spent some time telling us about how yesterday was like for you. What are the experiences that you had when it flooded in Tema? Around the Tema motorway and at Spintex. We collated a number of experiences. And then we heard from Kumasi, where a 6-year-old girl has passed from the flooding. Now, she adds to the tally 11 young people or 11 children who have passed in the past month as a result of flooding. Erastus reported live, and we heard from the father of the girl who described that gory death. We've also spoken to the Ghana Meteorological Agency who have given us an idea that look, there are going to be more rain, so better get ready. Daniel, with all the taxes we pay, what at all do our governments use these revenues for? Do you know how much money Ghana government makes from peacekeeping operations from the UN? Please check. On the account, only the President and the Defense Ministry are the signatories. Funds from that account can solve a lot of issues that we don't need to go and borrow. Daniel, I reserve the rest of my comments from John B. in Cantonments. Flooded road. You didn't add your name. Okay, Gils Ali. He says, good morning, Daniel. This is the Amra here at Katamansu Road this morning as I was driving to work. And wow, I'm wondering how you are getting through that, because I'm looking at a video of water passing through the main roadway as if it's a gutter. Terrible. Good morning, Daniel. It's always unbearable to hear some officials of institutions distance themselves from issues regarding other departments. They always don't have ideas about whether something was done or not. Is information never disseminated in some of these institutions? Gabriel from McCarthy Hill sent this one. Sami Boache from Asamanke says things the season has changed and we should change our attitude and behavior towards throwing garbage and filth in our gutters. What did we expect? Interesting one there. Okay, so like I said earlier, some of you have been asking, you know, in the face of all of these, we should have a question and a conversation about what our tax revenue is used for. Well, yesterday we started a conversation about what our oil revenue is used for, and Philip Namfuri is here to help us, you know, understand exactly what was resolved there. So we'll just take a few messages when we come back. Philip would run us through yesterday's Joy Business Oil and Gas town hall meeting.